I am Jefferson Alonzo Green, the initial spell J to the A to the G, aka the Jag, and you probably know me from our show Make Me a Fan, which you can probably follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. However, today I have been asked by the very prolific and gifted Mr. Dan Holohan to record a new show and a new feature for all you heel turn wrestling fanatics, because you deserve to know the truth about what's going on in the wrestling business and in the wrestling world. And the Jag, yours truly, is going to keep it real with you and give it to you 100% unfiltered. And so today I would like to introduce you to my new heel turn wrestling show. And I'm calling it right now Jabroni versus Juggernaut. This is a recap of the week. I will let you know who was awesome and who straight up sucked. So we're going to get right into it. The Jag is not going to pull any punches. If I hurt your feelings, I'm talking to you AEW fans. Let me know how you feel in the comments, because the Jag pulls no punches. I will keep it real. So let's get started. The Juggernaut of the week was Rhea freaking Ripley, finally able to wrestle the NXT Women's Championship away from Shayna Baszler in a fantastic freaking match in which she didn't tap out to Shayna's usual offense, and she was able to hit her with a second rope riptide. So we got Baszler out of there. She got the strap, and Baszler didn't have to look bad on her way out the door. At least what we assume is her way out the door. So Rhea Ripley, I think, is fan-freaking-tastic. The fans love her. You can see by the way they rush the ring. The fans can't get enough of her. And Shayna Baszler deserves some kudos because she's carried that belt for quite some time and has been an amazing champion. I think all signs point to her headed to the main roster, or the lateral move to the main roster. And so this week's Juggernaut in the ring, badass of the week, is Rhea freaking Ripley, your new NXT Women's Champion. The Jabroni of the week has to go to Mr. Kenny Omega. Now, I like Kenny Omega. In fact, the very first episode that we ever did for Make Me a Fan was Make Me a Fan of Kenny Omega, and I liked everything that I saw. I think Kenny's a fantastic dude. I hear he's a very nice guy. But here's the thing about Kenny. When he and the Young Bucks and Cody created this thing that we know as AEW, they wanted to make sure that they were fair and that they were impartial and that they gave everybody a chance to shine, which has had varying results. However, the problem with Kenny Omega is that he's kind of like the guy that your mom brings home, the guy who says, I don't want to be your dad, I just want to be your friend. And then your mom moves into the house with the guy, and he's like your new stepdad, but he won't call himself that. He just wants to be called Roy, or in this case, Kenny. Here's the problem. It's Kenny's house. You're sitting on Kenny's furniture, you're watching Kenny's TV, you're eating Kenny's ice cream out the freaking freezer. But here's the thing, Kenny's trying so hard to be your friend that he's not laying down the freaking law. And in the case of Kenny Omega, he's trying so hard to be a nice guy, a nice leader, a nice, owner, director, executive, that he's getting beat up by every freaking body because the guy refuses to put himself over. What does the Jag mean by that? I will tell you. This man got beaten by everybody and their cousin this week. Everybody and their cousin. First and foremost, the guy gets beaten in the opening match of the show. His tag partner, Adam Page, ends up waffling him upside the head and knocks him out. The guy gets pinned for the 1, the 2, and the 3. Next thing you know, Pac, formerly known as Neville in the WWE, Pac says he's going to go beat up Kenny Omega's best friend, Michael Nakazawa. I forget, Nakawaza? I'm not sure. He's going to beat up his buddy Mike, all right? And so we see the door open, and Kenny panics, and he goes and runs to save his buddy. But even once he gets there to save his buddy, of course, all of a sudden, Pac and Mikey are gone, and we turn around and Kenny's getting his ass beat again by the Lucha Brothers. I don't understand what's going on. So now at the end of the show, the worst angle in the world, the Dark Order, is beating up on everybody and his cousin. All of Kenny's friends are getting their asses kicked. Kenny runs down to the ring to make the save. He's probably the most talented guy on the roster, probably worldwide, next to Jericho, the most over guy on the roster. He runs down to the ring for what should be the big save, and again, he's getting his ass kicked yet again. So Kenny Omega, in an effort to be your friend, in an effort to be Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Nice Executive, he is burying himself. You could say the same thing about the Young Bucks. You might even say the same thing about Cody, but Kenny Omega was the whipping boy of this week, and that's why this week he is the Jags Jabroni of the week. Promo of the week has to go to Becky Lynch. And if you saw Jags Jabs, that's my daily show over at Make Me a Fan, I talked about Becky earlier this week and how this promo, this little bit about how Asuka is the only one who's beaten her and that the WWE has protected their cash cow, Becky Lynch being their cash cow in terms of merch, in terms of ratings, in terms of fans. They protected her from Asuka because they don't believe that she can beat Asuka. Holy mother of pearl, I did not think I could give a rat's ass about Becky Lynch after all this man business. Now, I don't mind Becky Lynch so much, but she hasn't done anything really, in my opinion, since that cage or that Hell in a Cell match with Sasha Banks. Now she's just sitting around doing tag matches, getting beat, whatever. But now we have an interesting angle between her and Asuka. Asuka has the skills to pay the proverbial bills, and Becky Lynch is gonna have to dig deep to beat Asuka. And I like this feud, I like this build-up, and I like that they gave it a little bit of a little more intrigue because Becky Lynch has something to prove, not just to the fans, not just to Asuka, but to herself. You see, it's been Becky Lynch versus the world for quite some time. She's saying, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, now she's saying, am I the man? And that crap is intriguing, and that crap makes the Jag want to see the match. Of course, I know Asuka's got the skills that can push Becky to the limit, and I'm expecting a fantastic freaking match, probably at Royal Rumble, if not Royal Rumble, maybe all the way to WrestleMania, but of course, a lot of people seem to think that Ronda might be coming back around WrestleMania. Who freaking knows? And this week, we're going to wrap it up with the spot of the week. And you're going to be surprised, all you people who follow the Jag at AKA the Jag, or who follow me over on Make Me a Fan. I'm going to give the spot of the week to an AEW match, to an AEW wrestler, someone that is hashtag prolific and gifted like myself, and that person is Jungle Boy, Jack freaking Perry. Jungle Boy's match against Chris Jericho was pretty much a waste of everyone's time. Jericho said he was only doing it because he had to, and he wasn't even going to put the title on the line. But I guess to make it interesting, he talked a little bit of trash, maybe got a little too much bravado, and he said, this guy won't last 10 minutes with me. And so the game, or the payoff was, will Jack Perry last 10 minutes with Chris freaking Jericho? And of course, Jungle Boy, he sure as heck did. He hung in there like a champ. So the Jag's spot of the week is at the end of that 10-minute period where Jericho has Jungle Boy in this modified Walls of Jericho. He's holding him there for damn near 30 seconds. And of course, it's meant to look excruciating. Jungle Boy's not having a field day. He wants to tap. He needs to tap. He wants to relieve this pain. And to Jericho's credit, he sits deep on this sucker. He's making it look like it hurts. He's putting everything he's got into this thing. Kudos to Jericho for putting his all into this match. Well, if that's his all, I'm a little disappointed, but giving us a good show, putting forth a whole heck of a lot of effort, and Jungle Boy was selling his ass off, looking like he wanted to tap, but at the very end, he lasted all 10 minutes. The bell rang, the crowd went a little crazy. Even Jungle Boy's mama or sister was kind of confused as to what happened. Jericho gets up, he raises his hands. That was a cool little payoff. I think that was a spot of the week because Jungle Boy is freaking talented. He deserves some more limelight. He's one of the many people in the AEW roster that deserve a little more spotlight, a little more time in the sun, but he got his moment in the sun. He proved his toughness. He proved his worth. He had a very entertaining match, and at the end, I think he earned Jericho's respect, and he most definitely earned the Jag's respect, which he had already, but let's just say he climbed in a couple of levels. So, that's going to do it for the first ever episode of Jabroni or Juggernaut, the Jag's Week in Review. If you like this show, I want you to let us know in the comments. Tag me. Tag the Jag if you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at AKA the Jag. Let me know what you think of the show. If you agree, great. If you disagree, that's fine too. All hate is welcome. I admire each and every one of you that has a testicular fortitude to step to the Jag, because guess what? I got a microphone and I'll make your bitch ass famous. So that's going to do it for today. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you follow me over at Make Me a Fan 316. Follow Heel Turn Wrestling right here on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you're consuming this video, because it's a fantastic channel with fantastic talent like me. So tune in next week for another episode of Juggernaut or Jabroni, the Jag's Week in Review. If you have any promos, spots, Juggernauts or Jabronis you want to suggest or submit, feel free to hit us up right here on social media, and I will see you next week.